The 2024 Academy Awards are just a week away. Can you believe it? Just a week away. How exciting!
Can you believe it, guys? Christmas! Just a week away!
Today, I want to take the time and talk about what movies I think will win each category. If y'all were wanting to bet money on any of the Oscars this year, you should listen to me, because back in 2019, I predicted 20 out of the 24 Oscars right. However, last year, I only predicted 16 right, so my batting average varies from year to year. However, this year, I feel like I have a pretty solid idea on what the Academy will choose. Keep in mind that this list is what I think will win, not what I want to win. So if I don't pick your favorites, don't get mad at me, get mad at society. Anyways, let's just get right into it. We'll kick off the list with special effects. I feel like this is a category that the Oscars often give to superhero movies, as is evident with previous year winners. While I do think that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 has a solid chance, I think Godzilla Minus One will take home this award. While I haven't seen this movie yet, I've heard a lot of other people gush about the special effects. This is also a movie that has gotten a lot of buzz and praise, and this is the only nomination it got, so I think it will win. Next up is film editing. In my opinion, this one is really down to Oppenheimer and Killers of the Flower Moon. Both have fantastic editing that make the runtime of these movies feel way less than they actually are. However, if we're looking at previous years, it seems like Nolan movies always sweep the technical awards at the Oscars pretty regularly, so I'm going with Oppenheimer. Production design is another tough one to nail down, as all the nominations are really solid this year. I'm going with Barbie on this one, not only because the production design was great on this film, but I feel like this is the only category Barbie really has a chance at winning. Makeup and hairstyling is something I know very little about, so I'm just going with the popular choice and choosing Maestro. Best animated feature is most likely going to The Boy and the Heron. I've been seeing lists that have Spider-Verse taking this one, but personally, I just don't see it. Especially since the first Spider-Verse movie already has an Oscar, I think they'll want to spread out the awards some more. On a side note, the score for this movie was definitely snubbed for a nomination. It is amazing. Now onto international feature film. I haven't seen most of the films on this list, but I know that Zone of Interest has been getting a lot of good reviews, so I feel as though it is a shoo-in for this award. However, Society of the Snow also has a pretty good chance. I haven't seen any of the shorts yet, so my picks for these ones will largely be influenced by other lists I've seen online. Documentary short film, I'm going with The Last Repair Shop. Animated short film, I'm going with Letter to Pig. And live action short film, I'm going with The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. For documentary feature film, I feel like 20 Days and Mariupol is going to take the win. As is the story with a lot of categories on this list, I haven't seen all the nominations, so I definitely need to catch up. I just need to watch more documentaries in general, really. Original score is one that I'm going to take a gamble on. Most people have Oppenheimer winning this one, but I'm going to go with Robbie Robertson for Killers of the Flower Moon. This is largely because I'm a big fan of the band, who Robbie was a part of, but also he sadly passed away recently, so I feel like they might give him this award to honor his memory. Also, the score is amazing for the movie. Just like with my reasoning on film editing, I think sound is going to Oppenheimer. Although I wouldn't be surprised if it went to The Zone of Interest. Oppenheimer had some great sound design and mixing, so I think it's taking home this award. Costume design is another category I don't have a lot of knowledge on, but I feel as though Poor Things is a pretty safe pick for this one. This film has some great costumes and great production design overall, but it's sadly in a year that has other films with great production design, so I feel like it might not get the love that it deserves. Original song is going to What Was I Made For from Barbie, as that just seems to be the most popular pick going into the awards. Also, on a side note, I'm very surprised that I'm Just Ken even got a nomination. That was a bit weird to me. I'm a bit torn on cinematography. I want Poor Things to win, but I think Oppenheimer is most likely taking this one as well. Not that Oppenheimer doesn't deserve it, I just really love what Robbie Ryan and the filmmakers did with Poor Things. You know what? Actually, I'm going with Poor Things. Poor Things is taking this one. I'm doing another gamble. Original screenplay is a pretty stacked category this year. The Holdovers was a masterpiece in my opinion, but I feel like this award is most likely going to Past Lives. Just because that film didn't get much love in any other categories, and the Academy usually likes to space out their rewards amongst all the nominees. Sometimes. Adapted screenplay is another tough pick. I'm going out on a limb and choosing American Fiction. I'm really uncertain about this pick, but I'm using the same reasoning as I did for Past Lives. Actress in a supporting role is an easy pick. It's obviously going to Divine Joy Randolph. Such an amazing performance and definitely deserving of that Oscar. Actor in a supporting role is also an easy pick, as it's going to Robert Downey Jr. Also an amazing performance and definitely deserving of that Oscar. Actress in a leading role is really down to Lily Gladstone and Emma Stone, who both gave legendary performances. Emma Stone has been getting a lot of momentum for this award, however, she already has an Oscar, so I think it's less likely the Academy chooses her. Lily Gladstone is taking this one, in my opinion. Actor in a leading role is really down to Paul Giamatti and Cillian Murphy, who both gave legendary performances. Cillian Murphy has been the obvious choice for a while, but Paul Giamatti has been getting a lot of praise in other awards recently. However, I'm going to go with my gut and choose Cillian Murphy. Also, my girlfriend loves Cillian, and she would be mad if I chose someone else. On a side note, Zac Efron was snubbed in this category for Iron Claw. Actually, the Iron Claw was snubbed overall as it didn't get a single nomination, and it definitely deserved at least one. Best Director is an easy pick, and it's going to Christopher Nolan. He's been long overdue for a Best Director Oscar, so it just makes sense to give it to him for his finest work. Yes, Oppenheimer is Nolan's best movie. Check out my tier list video to hear my full thoughts.
The Ballad of Ricky Bobby is a Christopher Nolan mic drop movie. Is that what you're saying?
If you ain't first, you're last.
Lastly, the big one, Best Picture. It was a great year for movies, and there's a lot of good picks in this category. However, I think Oppenheimer is taking this one home. This movie has been sweeping other awards and has gathered a lot of momentum and praise going into the Oscars. I'm guessing it will take home a lot of rewards on March 10th, including the big one. And in my opinion, it's deserved. This was my favorite movie of the year. Check out my 2023 movie tier list for my full thoughts. So those are my predictions. What are yours? I'd love to hear them down in the comments. This has been Tom from iHeart Productions, and thank you so much for watching. See you next week.